All right, these are the angelic messages for the week ahead. Again, we have a lot of separate messages. They may integrate well with what you're experiencing, and they may not, so just take what you need. So again, we have this 0 point energy. And in the 0 point field, we basically, when we can move into that space, we have access to everything. We're in the void where nothing and everything exists. So you can reorient yourself, realign yourself, visualize, create in that space, and then bring it to life when you come back into body, or come back into your conscious mind. And that's what they're speaking about here, is going into the 0 point field. And this correlates well with the last, with what I was seeing with the energy field here, is those people that are moving into the 0 point field, they need to ground. But what you may be doing is realigning with a reality that you'd like to experience, and then harmonizing with it so that you can bring it in when you come back into body. So abstractions of parallel realities, the soundscape meditation. This was designed to rhythmically open you up to the infinite potentialities, inspiring imagination and creativity. So when you're sitting in that 0 point field, you can work with the soundscape meditation, and that will help you to then begin to work with higher energies, beings, your higher self, and create, okay? Because essentially what we're doing once we get in divine alignment and that entanglement with source is we're creating as the source being, not from our ego, but from our higher self, from the divine. And to do that successfully, we need to be very harmonized with that energy, okay? So when you go to the 0 point field and you really entangle with source, then you allow the visions and the creations to move through you and to be shown to you. You're not necessarily generating them. The magic is flowing through you, and then you're inspired by it. I hope that makes sense, okay? Then we have this, just a nudge to remember who you are at a higher level. So our physical presence on the earth plane is tiny compared to who we are at a spiritual level, and how complex and evolved and expansive we are. So when you're in that 0 point field, remember who you are. And we're getting this spiritual warrior energy here of being a leader, someone who's able to push through boundaries, pave paths, and guide others, okay, through chaos, distortions, to lead others into healing. And great meditation that would help you guys connect to these frequencies specifically is the Diamond Light Merkaba. Okay, these are all in the golden path. Then we have I need to strengthen the blue ray and blue flame. And you guys could be part of the Mother Arc and the Universal Mothers Collective, but there's an energy here of a lot of memories coming back to you, soul fragments coming back to you, a lot of remembrance from past lives, and that correlates well with the last message, is when you tune into those higher frequencies in that 0 point field, you have access to the infinite, the past, the future, the present, the multiple versions of yourself in the present, the multiple versions of yourself in the future or the past. And I see a lot of these coming back to you, okay? So you could do the soul retrieval en masse, which is a celestial healing journey to help you to bring these back in, to integrate these aspects of self that have been fragmented over time. Okay, then there's a need to really connect to these higher frequencies to get the information you need. Some of you guys need to purify your third eye. So there is a healing session in the celestial healing portion of the golden path, third eye purification. And we go in there with a Vogel wand and sacred geometry and sound, angelic sonics, and we purify the third eye to help clear any lower vibrational energies, some density. There could be psychic debris in there, and that will help you to connect to your guides, ancestors, to source more clearly, so you can get this guidance that you need. Okay, so this feels to me like these are stepping stones, steps for you guys to take to help you to get this clarity. Okay. Then we have dragon energy, and you guys being very connected to this majestic, miraculous dragon energy that moves through densities, through time and space, that can shape shift, as well as carry and utilize these advanced gifts. Okay. And we also have angelic energy here, as well as your I am presence and an expansion in the stellar gateway. Okay, so working with your advanced presence as a cosmic being in the body through the I am presence. Okay, there's also a need to harmonize the higher levels of the field to do this, and what this does, it's the spirit body harmonization, the core breath. And what this meditation does is it pulls in the higher levels of the field, 7th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or primarily 6th and 7th, and it brings them into the core of your being to help integrate and harmonize all levels of the field, as well as the chakras and the pillar of light. And then you expand out, and you do this with your breath. And this will help you to activate and work with these dragon gifts, or advanced abilities, I should say. You guys can work with, there's actually three meditations here. If you're feeling overwhelmed, chaos in the fields in your own life, you can work with white fire to help bring that purity. You can work with a crystalline white fire, which is just I say sharper, but it's a clearer energy. So the white fire is a very general, it feels like a soft, smooth flame. The crystalline is like crystal, liquid crystals almost, but it's fire. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what it feels like. I guess you just have to try it and experience it, but it moves through with a clarity and an iridescent color that just pings all the dense energy. It's a really pretty meditation. And then there's the golden guided meditation gateway of the heart. This is in the space, I recorded this when I was up near Winter Park, and these will give you space to step into that self-love and self-nourishment that you need, okay, around nature, the purity. These will just help you to kind of reconnect to the self, the soul self, the higher self. Okay. And then lastly, we have this connection to the primal sound fields. And before we had the universal school, so going to Spica Light Language University or working with your guides, you guys could be working with just pure consciousness, and there are no individual beings. You're just working with pure light and sound, which is intelligent. Consciousness is essentially intelligent energy, and so you're pulling this directly from source, okay? But what they want you to do if you are working at that level is you need to make sure that you're working with divine love, as well as the clarity of the mind, okay? So we can't just be working only the love space, because then we are not coherent, okay? Source is a coherent electromagnetic source of all that is, and we are dualistic, and so the heart and the head create that duality, really. So when those are harmonized, then we can come in that coherent space and create miraculously and magically, as well as experience this reality in a much higher state. Okay, so working with rose gold liquid light would be helpful, and then the diamond sun meditations, feathers, light, and cloud bursts. So this helps with the mental fields. Helps to tap into and resonate with wind and sky energies, helping to promote mental clarity and lightness of spirit. So it's a clarifying meditation. Okay, so that's it. A lot of little messages. I think they do feel like stepping stones, and a lot to do this week. But if you only resonate with one of those messages, just choose one. I do find it's more productive to see what resonates most and stick with that one thing for a certain amount of time to see the effects. If you do too much of the energy work, at one point in time, it can do more chaos. It can create more chaos. So you want to be very focused in what you work with on your energy field and see the results. Okay, give that time to stabilize, and then again, give that time to stabilize. And as you learn and you master your energy, you can add more because you know how it influences you. You know how it affects you. And then you begin to master, well, I need this meditation, this meditation, this meditation today, and I need this healing tomorrow, and so on and so forth. And you can learn how to, throughout the day or the week, define for yourself what you need and when you need it. That's the point of this path, so that you learn to master your energy, so you're not so influenced negatively or basically pushed and pulled around by the energies outside of you. So you have a self-contained reality that you master and have the purity of intention and coherence to create intentionally and from the higher spheres of reality. Okay, hope that was helpful. We'll see you next week.